Welcome back, Tiger fans, to another episode of the Tiger Sports Report. I'm Ethan Scott, joined alongside my co-host, Cody Ike. Cody, how you doing?
Doing good as always. How about you?
I'm doing good. We are joined alongside two Varsity Boys Basketball players, three-star shooting guard, Oklahoma State commit Connor Dow, and power forward center for the Broken Arrow basketball team, Ethan Ellison. How are you two doing today?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
We're doing good. So, season starts next Tuesday, December 6th against Sapulpa. Connor, Ethan, how are you guys, feeling heading into this upcoming match, and how has Coach Wallace prepared y'all for the season? Connor, we'll start with you.
We're feeling good. Coach Wallace has really emphasized the defensive side of the ball. We feel we're confident in our offensive abilities this year, but we got to lock in on defense and rebounding.
Yeah, kind of to add on to what he said, we've really been focusing on the defensive side because we got a lot of scorers and got a lot of height and size. So, yeah, kind of we got to figure out the defense sometimes, but we're really confident going into the whole season.
And Connor, as I said, Oklahoma State commit. Throughout your visits, all that good stuff. How are you feeling heading to Oklahoma State next season?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Going through those visits, I just had a connection with Coach Page and Coach Boyd and all them, and just felt like home when I was there. So went ahead and committed down in September.
For sure.
So we talked about the first game just now, but going into the season, what are you guys' thoughts going in? Like, how do you guys think you'll do this season, finish-wise?
Our goal is definitely going to win a state championship. We have all the pieces to do it. Everybody's bought in, and I don't know if you guys know this, but we've all these kids have played together since like 5th grade. Like we've been working this for a long time.
I'm aware.
Yeah, like Ethan said, I think we have the most chemistry out of everyone in the state. So I think that's definitely a huge advantage for us. Also, with our whole starting five being 6'5" plus, we have a size advantage over a lot of teams in the state.
I can relate to being 6'5".
All right, guys, we're going to be playing a game here called Who Am I? Basically, the basis of the game, it's going to be a team of me and Ethan and Cody and Connor, and basically just going to be having cards with NBA names from past and present, and just got to guess it. So, Ethan, you want us to go first against them?
For sure, yeah.
All right, so Ethan, you want to describe the first player?
Are you doing one card at a time or the whole thing?
We're going to do the whole thing, and then you guys do the whole thing against us.
All right. Former Thunder player.
Westbrook.
Number 12.
Steven Adams.
Yeah. All right.
I'll do the next one. Yeah. We'll just keep switching off. All right. All-time assist leader.
John Stockton.
Oh, man. This guy's a nerd. All right. Make this one difficult.
All right. Played for the Bulls in the 80s.
Jordan.
Okay, brother.
That was pretty nice. Like, what's it? It's the first thing that goes to. I'll let you get it.
Went to Marquette University.
Dwayne Wade.
I didn't even know that one.
Plays for the Pistons.
Kate Cunningham.
Good.
Yeah.
That's all of our cards.
All right. 70-point game, but lost.
Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Considered one of the best shooters of all time.
Curry.
Nope.
Kerr. Nope. No. Ray Allen.
Played for the Celtics.
Won a 3-point contest with the warm-up jacket.
Oh, Larry Bird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most notably for the Knicks series most recently.
Trae Young.
Yeah. Wyatt Thompson's favorite player.
Damian Lillard.
Almost beat Giannis with both of his star teammates hurt. He was like 1 inch off of a 3. They counted it as a mid-range.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
All right, Tiger fans, that's going to bring an end to this segment. Thank you so much to Connor Dow and Ethan Ellison for joining us here on the Tiger Sports Report. When I get back, I'll be joined alongside Bianca Reeder, Lewis, and Coda Willie, and we'll be talking about the World Cup, what's been going on with that. And, yeah, we'll be right back with some more Tiger Sports Report after this.
Right now, get $200 from TTCU Federal Credit Union when you open a new checking account with direct deposit. What would you buy with $200?
Cars, race cars, my own apartment, 100 coloring books, and a puppy.
Or maybe some groceries and a tank of gas. $200 for whatever works for you from TTCU, because life is better in balance.
What's up, Tiger fans? Welcome back to the Tiger Sports Report. I'm Ethan Scott, joined alongside Louis Becerra, Bianca Reeder, and Coda Willie. And today we're going to be talking about some World Cup action going on around the Qatar area. And Bianca, got some questions for us.
Alrighty, so as of right now, Team USA is playing, and that was one of my questions. How are we feeling about them? Do we think they're gonna make it? What are we feeling?
At the moment, they're leading Iran 1-0. Team USA hasn't won a game since June, ever since that Copa America final that they ended up winning over Mexico. It's kind of just been stagnant for them. Greg Berhalter has not been able to put together the team as well as he did back during the Copa America, or excuse me, not the Copa America, the CONCACAF. I'm tripping. So yeah, I mean, he just, they need to find their rhythm when it comes to attacking. As I said, they are leading, or as you said, they're leading 1-0 over Iran right now. Christian Pulisic scored that goal, the LeBron James of soccer. So he just, if he can get those attackers in a row, I believe this is the team that can definitely make it to the quarterfinals. But other than that, there's way too many strong teams compared to Team USA in the European and South American region that it would just be really surprising for USA to make it farther than the quarterfinals, in my personal opinion.
Alrighty, how are we feeling, Liz?
I feel like if they're able to, keep control of the game and be calm in the back, no mistakes, they'll have a good chance of making it to the quarterfinal.
Coda?
Yeah, they're not winning the World Cup. Everyone knows this, but they could make it to the quarterfinals if they win. They're going to make it to the 16th, but they're not making a World Cup. They're not winning it all. So,
I mean, I hope they do, as a person that lives in the United States of America, but at the same time, like being realistic, they're just not cut out for it,
Alrighty, well, let's get off USA and let's talk about Germany being fourth in their group, and we're going to start with Lewis this time.
There's that curse over the World Cup winners, and I feel like ever since that win, they haven't got back to their momentum. Last World Cup, they had a very bad, what's it called?
Group stage.
They had very bad group stage. Didn't make it out, losing against Mexico. I mean, it's going to be tough.
Alrighty, Ethan.
Yeah, he's right. There has been, it is kind of a thing, the World Cup curse. Obviously, it's not affecting France right now. France has made their ways to the knockouts. But, a team like Germany, since 2014, they've struggled when it comes to just European competitions and World Cup competitions in general. 2018, we saw them lose to South Korea in one of the greatest upsets in World Cup FIFA history. And that basically knocked them out of the World Cup in 2018. And now they're fourth place in their group. And, I mean, they have to really hope that Spain can get the win over Japan, I believe it is.
Yeah,
so they're playing
Japan.
Spain over Japan. And, Germany has to beat Costa Rica if they want to somehow pull it out and at least place second in the group. But right now, with the way they're playing, players like Kai Havertz, Klose, all these guys just not playing as well as they can. Thomas Mueller not playing as well as they can. These are older gentlemen, though, at the same time. I mean, they got a goalkeeper in Manuel Neuer who's late in his 30s, late in his 30s. So, they just need to find their rhythm. It's, it's unfortunate, though, because Germany has so much history. So seeing them struggle the way they do is kind of tough. But, yeah, if they can find their rhythm and somehow pull out a victory against Costa Rica and Spain can beat Japan, they'll make it to the knockouts. But, I mean, just by the skin of their teeth, and that's really unfortunate to see.
Alrighty, what are we thinking, Coda?
Yeah, they just need hope. That's all they do. That's all they need to have. Right now, it doesn't look likely that they're going to make it past. They're just going to probably stay in fourth place. But if they have hope, it might happen. So.
Alrighty, and what are our World Cup predictions? Starting with Coda this time.
I think Brazil is going to take it all. Neymar is currently hurt, but I think he's going to come back. Before that, got Sylvia, Vinny Jr. At forward right now. I can't think of his name. The dude that just scored to win us the game versus Switzerland. It's like
Casemiro?
Yeah, Casemiro. He's very good midfielder. I think we're going to take it all this year.
Alrighty, Ethan.
So, I agree that Brazil is a very strong team. Brasilia, numero uno, great team. without a doubt, in my opinion, it's going to be Argentina that takes this. I don't care that they lost to Saudi Arabia in the opening game. Spain lost their opening game in 2010 against some random country. I forgot what it was, but they ended up winning with Iniesta, and they went crazy. We got to understand this Argentinian team is the strongest in the world when it comes to the way that they have been playing, their recent form. They were on like a 40, 50 game lossless streak. They didn't lose a single game in like 50 games. Like they won the Copa America against Brazil. I mean, it's such a strong team, and I personally, I'm just vying for Lionel Messi. I want to see that guy get his World Cup. He's deserved it all of his career. I want to see someone like Ronaldo get it too with Portugal, but Portugal's just not a strong enough team. I mean, that's not going to happen. But I mean, I really, really want to see Argentina, push their way through and make it to the final and win it. And I think they're definitely capable of doing it.
Alrighty, Lewis, who are we thinking?
I'm going for France. I think they're really strong attack, really solid defense, and I mean, I think they can take it 2 times in a row. I mean,
team hasn't repeated in the World Cup since like 2002. Yeah.
I mean, they've been dominating
with Brazil. Yeah.
They've been dominating a lot of their games, and I don't see them losing anytime soon.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the questions I got for you guys.
Awesome, Bianca. So, guys, when we get back, me, Cody Ike, Noah Manis, and Jaden Stewart will be on here talking about fantasy football, the NFL, just in general. So, yeah, we'll be right back with more Tiger Sports Report after this.
Recently, you've had to put your life on hold, and we're with you in this. At Ascension St. John, we're now open for appointments, and we are fully prepared for your safety and our care. As we open our doors again, our doctors, nurses, and care teams will continue to wear personal protective equipment. We've taken even more steps to clean and stringently disinfect all areas. We will maintain distancing in our waiting rooms, and will continue to limit visitors. And we will still screen all staff to protect their health and yours. Our emergency rooms are here 24/7. Please do not delay care. We're still delivering babies and performing surgeries. And we're open for your appointments. From specialists and surgical care to routine care and health screenings. Ask us about virtual visits. Ascension St. John continues to care for you, as we have been for almost a century. Thank you for trusting us.
Welcome back to the Tiger Sports Report, fans. I'm Ethan Scott, and now I'm joined alongside Cody Ike, Jaden Stewart, and Noah Manis. You two, how are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Doing good.
Good to hear. So we are currently now in week 13, I believe, Cody?
Going into week 13.
Going into week 13 of the NFL season. Jaden, let's start with you. So far, this season has been pretty eventful to watch. What are some key takeaways in your opinion?
Well, I think Tua is really impressing. Getting Tyreek Hill, Mike McDaniel's really helping him, and just confidence and making him improve to be a better quarterback. And Geno Smith has, of course, been a huge shock this year.
He's been fun.
Yeah.
I'd have to say my Browns, with Jacoby Brissett, against Tampa Bay, we won in overtime. What was the score? 24,
17, I think.
Something like that,
17.
Yeah. They're pretty good. They're improving a lot more as the season goes on.
What about yourself, Cody?
Mid-season predictions. I think the Vikings are doing a lot better than we all thought they were going to be. I think we all thought they were going to be the top of their division, but not as good as they are, despite the Cowboys loss that they took. That was kind of embarrassing. But I think that's one team to look out for. The Eagles, they really don't have any flaws. They're doing good. Disappointing teams. The Bucks, they haven't been that good. That whole division's been.
It's surprising that they're first in their division too with that record.
That division's kind of sad.
5-6, yeah.
Division's just kind of sad. The Broncos, obviously, that's one. Nathaniel Hackett's one of the worst coaches in the NFL. Russ has been bad. I don't think he's broke 10 touchdowns yet. That team is just sad. Those are just some that I've.
Without a doubt, the Dallas Cowboys doing as well as they have this year, in my opinion, and this is with all bias included. I am a diehard Cowboys fan. Just a great season altogether. You're bringing up that Vikings win 40-3, biggest road win in Dallas Cowboys history, and I mean, it's crazy what they were doing with Cooper Rush, but now we got Dak back in the driver's seat, man, the Dak train, and I think the Cowboys, honestly, I say it every year. I've said it every year since 2004, the year I was born, but it's our year, baby. It's our year. How about them Cowboys? That's really all I can say about that. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, do y'all think you're going to get OBJ?
Not at all. I don't want him.
You don't want him?
No.
You're like the Indiana Pacers of football. You guys go good enough to not get a good pick, and then you just become in purgatory for the rest of time in existence.
I mean,
dude, I bash on my team too, man. So I agree with you. Cowboys are not a good team historically at the moment.
Who do y'all really think is going to get OBJ?
No one.
No one. I
I
think after that airport incident too, it's going to be pretty hard for him to come back.
Was that situation really that
He
bad?
was going in and out of consciousness. The CTE has already taken effect, Noah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be the Cowboys.
He's
though.
got
No
the
one
same
gets
thing as
him.
Antonio Brown. He,
All right.
he was just one of the best receivers and everything like that.
So moving on, Noah, we'll start with you. This late into the season, how are you feeling about so far? Like, who's your MVP favorite? Who's your Coach of the Year favorite? How are you feeling about all that type of stuff?
I got Patrick Mahomes as my MVP favorite right now. He's playing really good. He's balling out on my fantasy team. I have nothing really bad to say about him at all. And I'm not too sure about, Coach of the Year. I mean,
I'm just saying awards in general. We'll just go with MVPs and just talk about that because we are kind of running out of time. Jaden, what about yourself?
I think Jalen Hurts. He's doing great on the ground and through the air. I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. Eagles
okay.
will make it.
Okay.
I was gonna say I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna win, but I was gonna mention Jalen Hurts being my dark horse because of how good he's doing. He's not really making that many mistakes offensively for the Eagles, and that whole offense is really dynamic because of him being a two-way threat option. Like he can scramble. I think he had 100 rushing yards in the first quarter last game. I mean, those are my two. I don't really see anybody else going that far from quarterback wise, receiver wise. I mean, Tyreek Hill, he's on pace for a historic season. Other than that, no one really.
Even though I hate the Eagles with a passion, I did see Noah post something on his Instagram story about how that man Jalen Hurts did rush for 157 yards wearing the Jordan 11 Concords. That was some pretty dope stuff right there. Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, without a doubt. I mean, yeah, he's the MVP in my opinion. Patrick Mahomes has what it takes, obviously. He's always had what it takes, but I think the NFL probably just wants something different this year. Mm-hmm. And, Jalen Hurts, like you said, the dark horse, it'd just be fun to give it to him.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, really quickly, Jaden, would you like to cover some fantasy tips for us?
I think Trevor Lawrence will be a good pickup. He has favorable matchup against Tennessee, which has a bad passing defense. He also plays Houston, which he'll just light them up. Houston is horrible on all cylinders. So if you need a quarterback, he'll be really good. And keep an eye on Jamison Williams' debut. He could really help you in a playoff push and be a good wide receiver pickup.
Is that all you got for us, Jaden?
Also, Christian Watson, he scored touchdown 3 straight games. He's lined it up. Looks like Jordan Love likes him if he's going to be the quarterback for the rest of the year.
All righty. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to bring us to the end of the NFL segment. When we get back, Cherish Booth will be joined alongside me and Cody Ike to talk some college football and, some Bedlam talk, Cody. So, yeah, we'll be right back with more Tiger Sports Report after this.
For families who like to build their wealth while staying liquid, we have flexible rate CDs to keep your funds working hard, even when you're not. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. The right balance.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tiger Sports Report. I'm Cherish Booth here with Cody Ike and Ethan Scott. Let's talk some college football. So Ethan, with season coming to a close and the conference championships coming up, how do you think those can affect the college football playoffs?
With the way the season's going, it's going to be the best 4 teams, obviously, at the end of the day. Right now, I'll just throw out my prediction for the top 4 that make the playoff. Number 1, I got Georgia. Number 2, Michigan. Number 3, TCU. And number 4, USC. USC, for good reason, they play Utah in the Pac-12 championship game. If they win that, they're basically a lock to make it because LSU lost to Texas A&M last week in a huge upset, which basically just eliminated their playoff chances because, now they have 3 losses. And I think with the way the season is going, usually the college football playoff committee can be pretty dumb. You could say that at certain points in the years. I mean, we've let Alabama slide in so many times, even with 2 losses. It's ridiculous. But with how good a lot of these teams have been this season, I don't think they're letting a single 2-loss program into it at all. I mean, again, you have USC. If USC can beat Utah, they're going to make the playoff. TCU's undefeated, and I think they will beat Kansas State just like they did earlier in the season. Michigan, they beat Ohio State, which is probably one of the biggest wins in their program because not only, they don't really beat Ohio State too often, especially in the Jim Harbaugh era, but, doing it back-to-back years now, that's freaking huge for Michigan. So congrats to them. And Georgia, They're Georgia, best team in college football. The only way that they'll even have a chance to be kicked out of the playoff is if they lose to LSU in the SEC championship. But I don't think that happens at all. LSU is going to have a lot of work cut out for them when it comes to the Georgia Bulldogs.
LSU's made those upsets though. Like they've been doing that this year. That's their biggest thing. But to be honest, they're a little bit overrated. They were ranked kind of high. TCU, Michigan, and Georgia are the top 3 right now, right? Correctly.
No, there isn't a college football ranking out just yet,
okay.
But I mean, it'll most likely be that. Yeah.
My bad. I got it. Okay. So I think Alabama's like they're not doing that good this season. They've taken some big L's, but like I think we've let them slide in before. I think maybe they can just slide in again. You know what I mean?
I hope not. That'd be unfair.
It'd be unfair, but like
ridiculous.
We love watching Alabama.
I think if any team actually would have a chance to slide in at all, it would actually be Ohio State because they lost to Michigan, which was a 3 versus 2 matchup. Mm-hmm. And I think probably with the way the college football committee is going to handle it, they'll probably put them at like number 5. So if USC does lose in the Pac-12 championship, then Ohio State will slide their way into number 4. Because, I mean, that just makes the most sense. Again, like I said, I think they're going to give it to the best teams in college football, especially this season, with how dominant a lot of these teams have been.
So, Cody, looking back on Bedlam, what were your thoughts on the Bedlam game?
The Bedlam game, I mean, what can I say? I knew they were going to win. Ethan's been a hater since day one on this podcast. If you go back, ever since then, he's been talking crap about it. But Oklahoma, we put up the most points in the first quarter in Bedlam history with 28. Yeah, we ended with 28. But, hey, if they couldn't beat 28, well, then that's their fault. Spencer Sanders played terrible, 4 interceptions. Not a good game from him whatsoever. Dylan Gabriel didn't play great, but he got it done. Eric Gray is going to be the bright spot in OU. He's the real guy. He's probably our best player, to be honest, Eric Gray. He's had consistent games of just going crazy every time, 200 rushing yards. I mean, he just gets 100 like almost every game. And that's about it. Marvin Mims didn't do very good. You guys kind of shut him down.
Spencer Sanders stunk. 4 interceptions. Really horrible performance from Spencer Sanders. I will admit that. The Cowboys' defense, however, was stout after that first quarter. Mm-hmm. Very, very good. They were forcing a lot of 3-and-outs nonstop. You may bring up the fact that I've been a quote-unquote hater on the Oklahoma Sooners all season. You guys finished 6-6. My Cowboys finished 7-5. The way I look at it is, it's a loss against OU, but at the same time, our whole history, we've been losing against OU. So, I mean, this is just me being a crazy fan. I want to see my Pokes do good. I mean, I'm going there next year as a freshman, a part of the 2027 class next year too. So, I mean, I'm a diehard Oklahoma State Cowboys fan. But the way I look at it, it's like, I think the Dallas Cowboys beat the Philadelphia Eagles both times they played each other in 2019 during the regular season when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. But you're not going to see me over here saying that the Cowboys of 2019 were better than the Eagles. The Eagles obviously won the Super Bowl. They obviously had better results. So I'm still sticking with my guns here. The Cowboys are a much better team than the Oklahoma Sooners this season. We went 7-5. We had way better statistics throughout the entire season compared to the Oklahoma Sooners. The only game that I believe was a really bad game from the the Oklahoma State Cowboys was that Kansas State 48-0 blowout. That was pathetic. That was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. And also Bedlam. Bedlam was a horrible game. Spencer Sanders looked like he was lost.
Okay, with that, we are actually out of time.
Of course. All right, well.
So lucky. So lucky.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, Cowboys better than the Sooners. Enjoy the Armed Forces Bowl, Sooner fans. I'm Ethan Scott, joined alongside Cody Ike, and thank you so much to Cherish Booth. We will see you guys next time for more Tiger Sports Report. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good day.